it's like YouTube is what, 20 years now, 15, 20
Um,
years.
it's 2006 it started, so going on
Yeah, 16
16,
years.
17 years,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know if I'll still be doing that in, like, I started like 5 years ago, four and
Mm.
a half years ago. I don't know if I'll still be doing YouTube in 12 years. Like, imagine doing videos for 12 years. I don't know. It's weird to even imagine.
Well, what made you want to go full time in the first place?
The freedom,
Mm.
the freedom you have to organize your work. I've been working as a product owner for a while, and while it's a job I love, the evolution of that job I don't like. So basically, when you're a product owner or project manager, you become a manager.
Mm. Mm.
That's the logical step, and that's what I did. After 4 or 5 years, I became a manager, and I chief product officer for a while as well at another company. So I had a team of about 12 people, I think, and I just hated that job. I didn't want to do that. Management just sucks for me. I hate it. It's you lose your skills because
Mm-hmm.
you can't practice them because you're not supposed to have like your hands in the technology. You're supposed to watch other people do it and make sure that they do it well.
Mm-hmm.
So after a certain point, you're trying to tell people how to do their job, but they're better at their job than you are. So
Yup.
it just feels weird. And you also end up only managing the problems. You have you can't really take credit for the success if you're an honest person because the success comes from your team, not from
Yup.
you. You just help them achieve that, and you have to take credit for all the blame if something goes wrong.
Mm.
And every time something goes wrong, people are gonna go to see you, and so you only deal with negative things all the time. And I just didn't like that. So I decided to stop being a C-suite executive, blah blah blah. I don't know what the term is, but like what we'd call a director in
Yep.
France. I was a directeur produit, and I decided to go back to being chief product officer, to being like a regular basic product owner. And the problem is, after 3 years of that, I just got super tired of people telling me what to do, and you had to have an opinion, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't respected because, well, you're just a product
Right.
owner. And so you're like, I don't think this is the right way to do this. I think like ergonomically this is bad, or I think that in terms of business this is not super clear. And they're like, I don't care, we do this, and you apply it, and then you have to work on that project that you don't believe in and you don't like.
Right.
And so having that opportunity to move on to YouTube meant that first I could like tailor my weeks however I wanted. I can
Mm-hmm.
start at any time I want. If I don't want to work in the mornings, I have to. If I want to work up until midnight, I can. And there's nobody to stop me, basically. It's super
Mm-hmm.
fun. I can do whatever I want. I can take breaks whenever I want. And as long as it keeps like allowing me to make a living, there's no reason I would stop because that's a job I love. Because there's also that component. It's just super fun. It's
Mm-hmm.
fun. You wake up, you're like, hey, I have this idea about this video. I'm going to work on it. And you start writing, you start recording, you do your things, you edit, and then you giggle stupidly at your little joke that you put. I like this one. And it's nice. I like it. It's just a fun job. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, like all jobs, sometimes you're like, I really do not want to edit videos today. But yeah, that's a job. But going full time was just an opportunity to free myself from the regular, normal 9 to 5 job, which I really didn't want to do anymore, or at least I didn't want to do it in the function I occupied before.
Yeah.
If YouTube stopped and I had to go back to a normal 9 to 5 job, I would probably change lanes completely. I would not go back to being a product owner.
Yeah.
I would like, I don't know how you would say it, but I would completely change ways and
Yeah.
learn
You
something new.
do like some sort of career shift.
Exactly.
That makes sense. There was something I was gonna say in there and I lost it. Oh, right. That level of freedom, it's great if you have the sort of discipline to lay out your day and decide when you're actually going to do stuff. But a problem that I've found, especially on days where I've gotten much better at this because I've forced myself to do it, but if you have that freedom, it's very easy to let time slip by from you. And
Yeah,
something that's
absolutely.
supposed to take an hour takes 2 hours, something supposed to take two takes four. And even though you should have all this free time, if you don't have, at least for me, having some sort of schedule there, things tend to fall apart. But judging by the fact that you said you want to make sure you have time to yourself every day, I'm guessing that does help out with that. So you like, this is when I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna do whatever else now.
Well, I don't work based on a number of hours. I work based on what I want to accomplish.
Right.
So I have per day. I know that I need to record the A roll for this one, write the script for the next one, edit this video, or write a Linux short and publish it, or just send the topics to the sponsors or whatever. I have that to-do list, and I need to accomplish that in the day. No matter when I start, when I end, but I need to have these done at the end of the day. So this lets me focus on being efficient on doing that, but it also allows me the freedom to start working when I want to start working. But it is tough to just get out of the couch, honestly. I work out, then I go home, I take a shower, and then generally I sit on the couch for 10 minutes just to relax a little bit before working. And sometimes this 5 to 10 minutes turn into 3 hours because you're like, hey, I like this thing. Oh, I'm watching a live stream, Legend, playing Total War 3, and that's great. And then you're like, God, it's noon. Oh, no. And you look at your to-do list and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to eat first and then I'm going to start working. And then it's 2 p.m. And you're like, oh, no. And then you're in a rush and you do things in a way that is not optimal. So it can be hard. And I try to force myself to not stay inactive for more than an hour. Like every time I just like lay down on the couch, if I still have something else to do, I put a timer. Right? Okay, I have a timer for an hour tops. And after this hour, I get up and I do something. Because if I don't, I know the day's going to like get away from me and I'm going to not do anything.
Yep. No, I absolutely know that feeling. There have been so many times where I know that like it might just be a short week. Maybe I got everything done a little bit early and there's only a little bit left. But, hey, this one of my mates is streaming, or like, hey, maybe there's like a new video from someone. Maybe I'm gonna watch that. Maybe I'm gonna go for a walk, but maybe I'll go for a bit longer of a walk than I was planning to, which may not be a bad thing in that case. But when you've got stuff to do, but I'm of the same mindset where I try to get I try to do like a lot of the same thing. I don't know how people do. What was it like? There are these like different like scheduling methods and like timing methods where you're like, I'm gonna do this for 30 minutes. I'm gonna do this for 30 minutes. I'm gonna do that. Like, I can't do that. Like, that just doesn't work for me.
Now, my brain works on a task-based system. Like, I need to accomplish a task. It's not a matter of time, and that's also probably why I never really liked the 9 to 5, because sometimes you're just done and you're like, I still have 2 hours, but what am I gonna do here? I should go home. I should stop working, but you can't because you're supposed to leave at 5. And my brain just works like that. I need to finish a task, and just working 30 minutes on the task might as well just not do it. If I'm not going to start it at all.